Welcome back to Broken Sword Shadows of the Templar Director's Cut. My name is Eric, and we are playing as George inside Hotel Ubu, and we have gotten the key to the adjoining room of the mysterious Khan, the murderer, the clown murderer, the weirdo who dresses up and kills people as a mime, a emperor penguin, a snowman, a clown, and he has also rented a costume to dress up like Seamus the Pixie. I guess that kind of gives a hint of where we're going after this. But before we continue, I'm just going to pause this because I want to save the game just in case. So one moment, please. There we go. And I'm also hoping now that the sound is a bit better because I had a microphone too close to my mouth and I'm afraid that I might have breathed a little bit into it. So I'm sorry about that. I can't really help it because I'm breathing really heavily right now due to my cold. My chest is a little bit heavy. But enough about that. Let's get inside this room.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Yes, indeed. Let's get inside. We have somewhere we can hide.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
It's enormous, isn't it? Let's have a look around. Spelunking.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
That's weird. Oh well, doesn't really matter because who leaves camphor? No, never mind that. I'll just look around here.
A cabinet stood beside the bed.
Yeah, let's have a look inside. Do they
The
have a
cabinet
Bible?
was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
What the hell is wrong with the people who had this room before? The telephone is not working. But there's a window, so I guess we're going to try and get around by, well, to the adjoining room. Next door. And he left the window open. Nice. And here's the side of the Hotel Ubu. So, George, just be careful. Don't slip. That's a good boy. Let's go inside. Aha!
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying.
Well, this is supposed to be a really good hotel. We have famous people here. Did he leave anything?
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
I do. Oh.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Damn. Are you sure about that, George? Wait, there's a nightstand. We should have a look in that first, before we go to the wardrobe. I'm afraid it might trigger something if we go inside.
The assassin had been too
I
smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Oh, come on. I was hoping he would be stupid. And who the hell is knocking? There seems to be some kind of home improvement going on all the time here, for some reason.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
George, that's not what we were looking at. Oh, come on. There. Let's open the other one. George, don't be an ass. Okay, there are 2 points on the wardrobe. There are a pair of trousers inside. I can see them. I'm getting seriously annoyed now. Oh boy. There we go. Can I go outside, open the door?
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
That was what was needed. So let's go inside and hide. Good boy, George. He has horrible trousers, doesn't he?
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. but he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed.
Usually? Do we need
But
to have a
this guy
talk,
was a
George?
killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
Thank goodness. That looks much better to Khan. Spiffy. Well dressed. That's how it should supposed to be. Oh well, let's have a look at his pants then. Oh, they have been through a lot, it looks like. What?
A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. There was nothing in the pocket.
But that's interesting. Do I have something we can cut with? No.
The pocket was empty. I flipped the pants over.
Here then. Aha!
I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end.
What?
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut.
Good to know.
I found nothing in the pocket.
But there was a string.
I pulled on
Ah!
the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
So that's why. So can we turn the pants over? Ah, there.
I turned the pants over again.
There we go.
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
I guess we have some identification now. That's good enough for me. So maybe we can identify ourselves to Mr. Snooty Pants over here? Let's see now. How about if we do this?
What now, monsieur?
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
What?
Positive.
I'm getting confused now.
Did I show you this pass?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. How about
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
I think we need some help again. Most likely. Let's ask the professor about the Club Alamut.
Hello again. Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't.
The assassins? Ooh.
Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Well, I guess I need her help again then. Most likely.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Yes.
I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
Could be a good idea, actually, yes.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has 1,000,000 faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
She's kind of like Aunt Agatha in a way, isn't she?
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, But
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything...
Oh,
shoot him,
Judge Dredd.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
Thank you very much.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà,
This lady is
monsieur.
wonderful.
Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How
Merci beaucoup.
satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Well, the thing is now that I did skip one thing, that by going out the guys will try to search me, which means that I should get rid of the manuscript as soon as possible to make sure that the wrong people don't get their hands on it. I can't remember who the gangsters are working for, but we're going to deposit this in hopefully a rather safe place. Let's see now. Can we do like... There we go.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Precisely. That's why we need to throw it down. Then we go and pick it up. And hopefully it will still be there. I sure hope so, at least. Yeah, I got ahead of myself a little bit. I should have shown the weirdos trying to search me. Oh well. There we go.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Sleazy
Just a
guy.
routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Flapping squid.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies,
Guido.
monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Randir, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
That's very kind of you, Flap. It didn't break my arms. Or should he have a New Jersey accent? Maybe. My god.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Well, there we
I
go.
couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Ta-da! Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, George.
Georges. Well, now we have something exciting for her. So, let's not show her the manuscript right away. We need to talk.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Right on, George. Right on.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Andre? Maybe? Well, we'll see, we'll see. Or you'll see. I already know. Kind of. Parts of it. I can't really remember everything. I just remember some of the characters.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times. Warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Well, no one's stopping you. Ah, okay then. We're doing an investigation, so let's get on with it.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-boot.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each.
The
What of
Templars.
it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of 2 knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there
What the
ever
hell?
was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Okay, thank you, game, for skipping the cutscene, I think. There was a bit like Jacques Molay, and then there's a piece missing, and I don't know what it says either, because I don't remember. This is not fun. Yeah, well, we'll probably figure some more out as we go along.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
So, okay.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Alright, and then this one.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Ooh, you're impressing her, George.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
A little bit off topic there, but yeah. Okay, so we have all of that, and then we have
Look
the
there,
knights.
2 guys on the same horse. Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krön Museum. I'll give you the address.
And yeah. there we go. I believe that is her old flame, actually. So we have a rival too. Ooh. Well, in any case, we'll better get to...
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Kron Museum.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Nico. Thank you very much. We're going to the Yeah, the museum. I'm not going to pronounce that again. Musée Kron. Or something. Here it is. And we have an interesting guard. Look at that!
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
Well, there we have another clue. We know that the tripod, Ireland and everything, and again, the freaking pixie.
Pardon me,
Oui, monsieur?
are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Oh my. Okay then we'll start asking questions.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
Well, I felt like we missed a bit of the conversation there. Well, not important.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobino.
Well, and he's not here.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod...
Ah,
belongs
okay,
to
there we go.
John Dee.
But it's not.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology.
And alchemy is not the same as chemistry. Really not.
Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
Highly sophisticated.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Good to know. I'm guessing that we'll have to steal it later on, if I remember
Thanks
correctly.
for your help.
So what's this? I guess we can open the window. For some reason. Can we touch it? Can we touch it? I guess we're getting in trouble now.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur.
Whoops.
No, no.
Okay.
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. No, I'm innocent.
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
Can I touch this? I guess not. And he closed the freaking window. It works.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet?
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Exactly. I think I have an idea. I think I'm supposed to distract this fellow and do something. Just for fun. Then open the sarcophagus and sneak inside. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. So maybe I can do this now? No. We better wait for him. How about now? Yes, indeed. I don't know why I did this.
Ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Yeah, okay, it's not time for that yet. Oh well, I'll have to try and figure something out. I wonder what I'm supposed to do. Well, just give me a moment, guys. Okay, I'm a little bit stupid. I've done everything I'm supposed to do here. So we'll get back to Nico. You know, there's Rougerie. That was quick.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Lobineau?
No, he wasn't there.
Yeah, so we've been there and now we just report everything back. Yes, that's what we're supposed to do.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marne.
I have heard of Loch Marne. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Oops.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marne. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marne must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Belota case. If you really think Pegram's dam is important, why don't you visit Loch Marne?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
Oh, George.
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The 2nd week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay then, everybody. I have to finish this episode now, but next time we see each other again, well, next time we meet, see each other, something of that kind, we're going to be in Ireland, in Loch Marne. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.